President Biden on Wednesday ripped House Republicans for formalizing an impeachment inquiry against him, bemoaning that GOP lawmakers are wasting time on a baseless political stunt rather than focusing on what matters to most Americans. I wake up every day focused on the issues facing the American people, real issues that impact their lives, and the strength and security of our country and the world. Unfortunately, House Republicans are not joining me, Biden said in a lengthy statement issued minutes after the House voted along party lines to formalize the inquiry. Instead of doing anything to help make Americans' lives better, they are focused on attacking me with lies, Biden continued. Instead of doing their job on the urgent work that needs to be done, they are choosing to waste time on this baseless political stunt that even Republicans in Congress admit is not supported by facts. The American people deserve better, Biden added. I know what I am going to remain focused on. I would invite Republicans in Congress to join me. Biden drew a sharp comparison between the actions of House Republicans and his own work in recent days. He cited his Tuesday meeting with Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky to push for additional funding for Ukraine in its fight against Russia. His focus on Israel's fight with Hamas and his work to address the economy and find a compromise on border security. There is a lot of work to be done, Biden said, but after wasting weeks trying to find a new speaker at the House and having to expel their own members, Republicans in Congress are leaving for a month without doing anything to address these pressing challenges. Lawmakers voted Wednesday 221 to 212 along party lines to approve the resolution authorizing the impeachment inquiry, a step Republicans hope will add legal weight to their demands as the probe moves into a more aggressive end stage. Republicans have said they moved to formalize the inquiry in part because the White House responded to document requests last month. The layer that argued their inquiry was unconstitutional due to a lack of a vote, citing a Trump-era legal opinion. The multi-pronged impeachment inquiry includes deep dives into the personal and business finance of the Biden family members, as well as heaping scrutiny on the Justice Department probe into Hunter Biden's failure to pay taxes. But investigators have struggled to back the most salacious allegation, which was first pushed by former President Trump ahead of his own impeachment, that as Vice President Biden took action in Ukraine with the intention of benefiting his son's business. Biden has repeatedly denied involvement in his son's business dealings, and Hunter Biden on Wednesday reiterated in his own remarks outside the Capitol that his father was not financially involved in his business matters. So this is kind of funny because I have always been of the opinion that impeachments in modern American history, I guess I'll put it like this. I think impeachments should only happen when you can reasonably guarantee that you can actually do something effective in proceeding with them. So, like, for example, if this person has violated a crime and it's so egregious that you know that members of their own party, a big block of them, are going to vote against them, and you can get them convicted and removed from office, I would say go for it. But this was not the case with the Democrats' impeachment of Trump a few years back. They knew from the second that the House voted to impeach him that the Senate was not going to convict him, which showed that it was just, in my view, a waste of time, because everyone who already thinks he did something wrong already believes he did something wrong, and all the people who think it's a witch hunt are going to just keep saying that. Now, in Biden's case, there's more credibility to it being a witch hunt. I mean, they're going after him through his son's shady business dealings, admittedly, but business dealings that have nothing to do with Biden himself. And it's something that, and it's just my take on it. When Roe v. Wade was overturned, the opposite of what they thought would happen happened, which was that a lot of people who probably weren't as invested in this stuff started donating to Democrats, started backing Democrats. This is one of the reasons why they underperformed in the last midterm. And they're trying to use the impeachment both as a revenge tactic for Trump getting impeached, but also as a means of fundraising. Like, hey, if you donate to me next year, we'll continue the impeachment inquiry, or at that, I guess later on it'll be a formal impeachment into President Biden and his son's shady business dealings and the shady dealings of the Biden family. I think that's the actual reason. I don't think they believe they're going to actually get rid of him, because even if they are able to impeach him in the House, which they'll just barely be able to do by the skin of their teeth, they still won't be able to actually remove him from office. So it's really just this thing that kind of it's all meant for fundraising and for, as Biden said, they're not doing anything besides kicking out their own members or having other members resign, or little like changes in terms of who's there. But as far as an actual group, they're really not effective in any capacity. When he said, unfortunately, House Republicans are not joining me. Instead of doing anything to help make Americans' lives better, they are focused on attacking me with lies. Instead of doing their job on the urgent work that needs to be done, they are choosing to waste time on this baseless political stunt that even Republicans and congressmen is not supported by facts. It's not even just that it's not supported by facts. There's nowhere for this to go besides ending in failure. The Senate is not going to convict Biden, which means he's not going to be removed from office, which means the only good that comes out of this for the Republicans is that, oh, we can go on Fox News and talk about our role and how disgusted we are with what the Biden family has done, but they're not actually changing anything or improving anyone's life whatsoever. Um, it's it's really sad that we're I don't know, we're at a point now where history just seems to repeat itself a lot. It's like, oh, Trump got impeached, so by the Democrats in the House or the Republicans in the House, that they need to impeach Biden. But in their case, we're going to see if we can find anything we can throw at him to use against him. And even if it's something that is not actually related to him, it's his son, who I guess I don't know. Maybe I went to sleep for a few years and Hunter won the Democratic nomination and became president in his dad's place. No, these political stunts are real fun because it just shows you what's wrong with Congress, like why it's broken. You have politicians who, once they get their seat, their main concern is fundraising to get another 2 years or six, depending on if they're out in the House or Senate. And basically, in this era of, because there's so many politicians, there's hundreds of them. Everyone's looking for their 15 minutes of fame, their way of getting on TV. And when you're not actually passing any legislation or voting for some major bill that's going to improve the various problems that Americans face, you have to resort to stunts like this to keep your name in some semblance of relevancy. Because when's the last time you've seen House Republicans introduce a bill? Like, just a major, it could be a tax bill, it could be a minimum wage bill, which of course they'd never introduced that. But just my point is, this is the do nothing Congress. And one of the few things that they're trying to do is something that, even if it were to happen, it's not going to actually change anyone's life. So he's right about it being a stunt. And I this is why I didn't want Trump to be impeached. Again, because I knew he wouldn't get removed from office because they don't have enough votes in the Senate. But then it's like, I knew that the way politics works now is an eye for an eye. Why do you think, as Trump is running for a non-consecutive second term, he gave a speech about being the retribution of his supporters? Because this is not about actually improving someone's life. They want revenge. He wants revenge for those that went after him when he was president, I guess in the years after, with his 90 plus criminal charges. And now the politicians who, for a big chunk of them, have come up from basically riding his coattails, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, like Lauren Boebert, like, to an extent Matt Gaetz as well. It's like these people literally just want revenge. Biden's impeachment, or if rather impeachment inquiry, it'll probably turn to a full impeachment. That's my prediction. But this impeachment inquiry is about revenge. You went after our guy, so we're going to go after your guy. And we're going to make up anything we can and spin anything we can, even if actual lawyers are like, yeah, this is bogus, to put that same consequence on your person. So that's really what the Republicans are now. It's all just revenge and grievances, and I'm going to get back at this person if you elect me, or we're going to go after this person. And again, none of it is towards benefiting anyone's life. I mean, I could see it right now. The day that the House votes to impeach Biden, you're going to see hundreds of fundraising emails. We did it. We're standing up for Americans. You're not standing up for any damn thing. You have 63% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, record high gas prices. What is it? 20, a quarter of all homeless people are veterans. Like there are a million different issues that would have our time better spent on. But these lawmakers don't give a damn about anyone but themselves and their careers. And one of the things they're using to boost their careers is impeaching the president from the opposite party on any flimsy thing they can find and stitch together for their Frankenstein political theater nonsense.